Right, welcome back everyone. I'm still Evil Tim and this is still Let's Play Perfect Dark. So let's play Perfect Dark. Today we're going to go into the combat simulator in order to do the challenges. However, calling the first 5 is something of a misnomer because they are not challenges. Anyway, we'll go through what all of these things do here later on. We will show them to you in the thread. However, for now we are instead going to select our man, Armando. And everything that transpires with him is your fault. We've got all sorts of stuff we can do here, and we're not going to actually do any of it. However, I'll just show you the soundtrack options because it turns out Grant Kirkhope has something of a one-track mind when it comes to starting these things. They all start with him throwing a synthesizer at a wall. You've got the lock option here, which is a thing for multiplayer players to fight over. However, we are instead going to stop fucking around and get into the actual challenges themselves. Challenge 1, a challenge against basic simulants using standard weaponry. And when they say basic, by God, they mean it. It's a meat sim. So let's get going with that. I must not fear, for as the mind killer, for his little death that brings total oblivion. If you saw that, you can lose D6 sand, but gain 10 Cthulhu Mythos points. Congratulations! So, what is this? This level is Skedar. Skedar is the single-player engine test level. What do I mean by that? Well, this level is the only one which has a single-player start point and single-player weapons assigned to it. In fact, there are also a few screenshots you can dig up on the internet showing this level with aliens fighting people. Meanwhile, however, this guy, he is our enemy. He is a meat sim. Meat sims are artificially crippled, in fact. This guy cannot use the radar, even though it's switched on. That's why he couldn't see us behind him. He also can't hit shit. So we can hit his shit instead. Hooray! Right, so stuff some ammunition in there and carry on. You can probably tell this is an engine test level by the fact that it has all sorts of different environments. It's got reflective plating, it's got big rooms, it's got small rooms, it's got hills, it has all manner of junk. Now, what you are probably expecting me to say is that the Sims don't cheat, that only the Dark Sims cheat. However, that's a lie. All of the Sims cheat. We'll see one of the ways in which they cheat in the next challenge, so I won't talk about that. However, they can also all fire semi-automatic weapons faster than you. They all reload at the same speed as the GoldenEye weapons reload, and incidentally also all use the same sound effect for reloading, regardless of the weapon they're holding, because they're twits, so we will gun him down for his cheatery. And as well as that, they can instantaneously lock on with any weapon requiring a lock on, for example the targeted rocket and the CMP-150. They don't actually have to stand still in order to aim. Meanwhile, there is a Knobelisk here, which is naughty, so we will ignore it. There's a few things they can't do as well, including that they cannot detonate remote mines, which is embarrassing for them. There's also a couple of weapon alternate fires they can't use. However, we're about to win by gunning this man down for using a sniper rifle, the Twit. Therefore, this is a battle between houses, and House Harkonnen has easily defeated House Gryffindor, as you really might expect it to. It's sort of predictable, in fact. So, let's get out of that and carry on. We've got to get into Challenge 2, you see. Challenge 2 is a challenge against basic simulants, including the use of rocket launchers. Way! So I'm just going to pause this to clear. Right, and we're back in again, and I wonder why I bothered. Oh god. Right, okay, this is Area 52. It's a map created using the Area 51 tileset, which is marvellous, because we haven't seen enough of that recently, after all. So, let's whip out our rocket launcher, and I will explain now the things I talked about before when I said that the AI cheats with rocket launchers. How does it do that, you ask? Well, if you played GoldenEye with invisibility on, you might know that drone guns and guys with rocket launchers can still see you even when you're invisible, which is naughty of them. Why can they do that, though? Well, it's because the game actually has two completely separate methods for figuring out hits. One of them is for hit scan weapons, and the other one is for projectile weapons. It turns out GoldenEye treats drone guns as a projectile weapon because it's silly. So, when the simulants here, or the bots as you may prefer to call them, are aiming a projectile weapon at you, they aim it directly at you without aiming to miss, as this guy normally would, as he is a meat sim and therefore is meaty. So it is cheaty of them and makes them horribly lethal. And for some reason there are shutters here which we can open and close. I'm not entirely sure why, but it means if you come in here in single player, you will immediately get shot upside the head by some naughty fellow lurking around outside, waiting to take advantage of you. Now let's see some naughty meat sim cheatery go on. This guy here is going to fire his rocket launcher over there, but he has also just fired a targeted rocket at us in almost the same breath, without having to stop to lock it on, because he is a bastard. So this is going to chase us over here. We're going to accidentally get stuck on a ladder and jump back down. I thought I was safe, but I was wrong, damn it. It's still after me. My god, go away. And I also didn't notice how little ammunition I had there. That was a little bit more epic than I had planned. It was fighty and end-of-gamey fashion. So, let's put some actual ammunition in there and continue onward. Now, there are other types of sims. This is the easiest form of sim still. We will see some easy sims in this set of challenges as well. The ones where they really start cheating, though, are the perfect sims and the dark sims. The dark sim is actually designed to cheat, and we might go into that a little bit later on. The perfect sim, the only thing it does that other sims don't do is that it can always see the radar even when the radar's switched off, which means an objective-based game with the radar off against a perfect sim is horrible and painful. So, anyway, let's go down here. I'm not entirely sure why. This is where a shield would normally appear in this map, but we are actually not advanced enough yet in our ways to get shields. Shields will turn up, I believe, in the challenge after next, or it might be in the next one. I can't remember. I'm stupid, you see. Meanwhile, we're going to go over here. We're going to accidentally fire off a couple of rockets. Take that, ground. Ha-ha! You fool. You thought you could efface me with your ways. Right, so we're going to got some combat knives. We can use the combat knives on our enemy. There's actually a nasty little trick you can use with these, which I almost got right, but then didn't. And any human player will do it on you like a shot, because they are mean and terrible. So let's put this into knife slash mode, and we're going to slash you, sir, with our combat knife. You get out of it. Now what you do is you switch it to throw poison knife, and if you can manage to hit their corpse before it disappears, then they will still be taking damage. When they reappear, they will still have all the knife type effects. It's a terrible and horrible thing to do to a person, but also tremendous fun. So let's get rid of that horrible weapon and pull out our dragon and hunt down this meat sim some more. Here he goes. He's about to come through here, but we know of him, and away he goes. Shock Sim will have his revenge later. He will have a terrible and awful revenge on us because he is mean. So, let's make our way down here and go and find him again. It's like a game of tag, only our opponent is a total idiot and is also a yellow dot on a radar screen, which means it's a very unfair game of tag. So we're going to aim for him a little bit, but we're going to miss, and then we are going to aim for him correctly and destroy him, and then he's going to spawn in that tunnel over there, and we're going to kill him again almost immediately, because that's the way we roll. And that is going to be the last kill of the match. So that's that one over with. That's challenge 2. And he's down. The House on Haunted Hill defeats the House Capulet. And I actually recorded this before all that Shakespeare stuff happened in the thread, which means one of two things. Either A, fuck you for being psychic, or B, fuck me, I'm psychic. Hooray!